Hi, I'm back. There's a little delay. Don't know what the deal was, but let me just show you what I was doing again. I'm going to go ahead and select my thing, right click and go to isolate objects, hide selected objects, and hopefully that'll hide the surface. Yes, it does. Yay. So all that goes away. Now you'll notice we still have some things. We still have this data, which I thought I had turned off. I guess I didn't. That's all right. We don't need it. Now, what I'm interested in is this work area right here. And specifically, what I want to do is I want to be able to cut my surface using this boundary. Well, not specifically this boundary, but one that's kind of close, one that's useful to me. And there's a couple different ways that I can do this. And one of the easiest ways to do this is actually to come in and let's do another ref edit, R-E-F-E-D-I-T. In this case, I'm going to click this reference. And if you look, it's like, okay, what all do you want to bring in? Well, I'm going to bring in the whole thing. Hit OK. And what I want to utilize is this property layer, but I'm not going to use it exactly. I'm going to actually kind of fudge with it. I'm going to use a command called offset. And if you worked with the old AutoCAD, that's the exact same command as offset. And so I can hit enter and do that command. It's also this button right here if you're looking for an icon in the ribbon. And if I click on it, it's going to say, okay, what do you want to do? Well, the offset command basically is set up to take a line or a series of lines or group of lines and create a kind of a scaled version of that or another copy of that at a certain distance away from the original. And so whenever you click the command, what it's going to do is it's going to say, okay, you want to do an offset, how far do you want to offset it? And I'm going to go ahead and just type in 150 feet. And what I'm hoping that's going to do is get my boundary. I'm going to pick this boundary and create an offset outside, but hopefully one that kind of gives me some work area around my original object. And so I'm going to type in 150. And I'm going to click here, click outside, and you see how it created that nice little area? So I have that. And I'm done. That's all I need. And it does a pretty good job of showing what's all going on in this thing. Now, if you don't like that, if you want to go even farther so you get, all this area, maybe you want to do 250 feet, in which case you just click and click out, and that's going to create that area. Either way, that's good. All right, so I have this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that line and I'm going to come over to my definition of my surface. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say, hey, I want to use a boundary, and the boundary I'm going to use is offset prop for property line, prop line. And I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to pick this line. And it's actually going to use that. Now remember, even though I isolated this area out and kind of hid my surface, this is still going to edit that surface. So that surface is going to be edited. So I have that in there like so. And then this is going to be interesting because I'm going to click on discard changes, hit OK, and let's see. Right click, isolate in object isolation. Let's see. Now, what you'll notice is even though I discarded the changes, I closed off my XREF, I still have this calculating up to that area. Now, the nice thing is, though, this is now a whole lot more useful as far as information goes, because all I have to worry about is my specific area. I don't have to worry about all that other stuff. And so this is the area that I'm working with, and so I can look in and mess with all that. So what we did, we came in, we created an initial ground layer, a ground surface, and then we defined it by using our we started using our contours, but we couldn't originally select the contours, so we had to use a command called refedit, R-E-F-E-D-I-T, to allow us to temporarily open that contour, come in and select it, or add it into our selection set for our surface, and then close it off again. And you could either type in ref close or use the ribbon, which is what we used, and to define our initial surface. Then we decide, well, that's a lot of information, and a lot more information than I might need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a boundary that goes around the area that I want. And so we used our second bit of data, specifically the boundary line and all that, by again using refedit, selecting that boundary line, using the offset command to just get some area outside of it, and then selecting the offset line, right clicking on boundary, click add, selecting the offset line as our boundary, and then once again we ref closed it, and that allowed us for our work area. Now we can come in and actually turn off anything else that we need to, that we may want or not want, and have our area set up. But basically we're all ready now to go into messing around with some other things like creating our gradings and things like that. Okay, so we'll get with that on the next video.